What's going on? What's happening, people? Hope everybody's doing okay. Happy Thursday. We got the NBA rocking. There's a little baseball happening. And we got the NFL draft about to pop off. Let's go!
Yes, filled packed day of sports. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Yeah, man. John, this could be nice. This could be a nice night for us. I mean, the basketball, the baseball stuff, it is what it is, right? But the NFL draft, baby, our Giants, 5th pick, 7th pick. Let's go, baby.
Let's go. I'm hoping we bring some youth.
We need it. We need it.
We need a big change, man. Who you hoping to draft?
Honestly, I don't know, man, because there's so many interesting players that the Giants could use. They definitely need some offensive tackle help. But I like Kayvon Thibodeau. I like Evan Neal. Okay. You know, there's so many. I like Derek Stingley, the cornerback. Right. There's so many guys, man. I don't know.
Hey, we definitely know we got to protect our quarterback, right? And then we have some liabilities on the defensive end as well. So let's see if we could shore those things up. If we're planning to stick with our quarterback, so we'll know. Because there's talks about, potentially going a different route. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I know. It is what it is. I mean, I do think that they made the right choice by not picking up his 5th-year option. He needs to work for that contract.
True.
You don't put it together, it ain't worth it. It is what it is.
You're right. You're right about that. Yep. I'm with you.
So, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. We have been off, so this is our first day back for
our return.
Yeah, that's right. Last week we weren't around, and since then the playoffs has been hot and heavy, man. A lot of stuff been going on. There was already 4 teams waiting for the second round. Golden State Warriors finished their series. Boston Celtics finished their series. Right. You also got the Miami Heat done with their series. And if I am not mistaken, sir, there's one more team that's done with their series.
Are you talking? Well, the Jazz and Mavericks haven't finished theirs.
No.
Okay. So, who are we thinking of? Who are we missing? Let's see. The chat could help us out, sure.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, I already know the answer, but I was hoping somebody in the chat would put it out there.
Was it you said Milwaukee already, right?
I did not say Milwaukee. I thought that was the easiest one. I thought that was like a layup for everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, the answer is Milwaukee. Tell him what he's won.
Chicago, right?
Yeah. Thank you.
And most of those went 4-1, right?
Yep.
Except for one.
The
Brooklyn series.
The Nets are definitely out. The Nets have been. Knicks fans have been letting the Nets know how we really feel. It's been a lot. It's been a lot, bro. Twitter's been crazy.
Listen, I ain't mad at them.
Right. So, being that we're getting real close to the second round, there's a couple teams. Honestly, just looking at this current game that's going on right now between Toronto and Philly, I can see Toronto winning this game and pushing to Game 7.
Listen, that wouldn't be a bad look. That would not be a bad look. I would like to see 76ers get pushed to the edge. I really would. With all the moves that they made, there's been a lot of talking, so I would like to see that.
Ooh, Kerry Cox he's putting a proclamation out there. He's saying, say bye-bye to the Jazz. Ooh, okay. Oh no,
that's big today.
I mean, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. I'm not surprised so much because, like, to me, this is not too shocking because when you look at the record, Dallas actually had a better record, but
Right.
I'm just
The
I would
Jazz
think,
has been a weird team, right? This
yeah,
year.
I don't know, man. It's just weird stuff going on over there. And also, Donovan Mitchell hasn't had the best series.
That is
Is
true.
what it is.
That is true. Something to think about for all those fans
Something to think about.
want a number one.
There's something to think about there. Do I think he's going to ball out today? Yeah, I think he will, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be enough. We'll see. Somebody else on that team got to step up because another person who struggled a little bit is Bogdanovich, and Bogdanovich is that second scorer for them. Outside of that,
Right.
what's his face is a shell of him. Mike Conley is a shell of himself. He's not what he used to be.
Yeah.
If they had that Mike Conley, who would be?
But they knew going into the season that he could give you what he could give you.
Right.
It's really all the other players on that squad. It's surprising that they got a lot. They got, I think it was like 19 or 20 points from Cousins. I think Cousins played a really good game the last game. But again, gonna need help. They're gonna need help.
It's true. Glenn Costin, shout out to you. Shout out to Kerry Cox as well. Glenn Costin says if the Suns don't close this out, they will be on vacation.
That's the Pelicans.
Listen, you know what? I would be worried about the Suns if
they haven't been there before.
Yeah, and if what's his face wasn't back today. Devin Booker is back tonight.
Yeah, he's back. Although he's playing limited minutes, right? They sort of want to limit the minutes because
that's what they say. Back. So we'll see. But that is
he'll
big
definitely play down the stretch. He'll definitely have some minutes. So I'm guessing once the fourth quarter hits, I could see him playing the last four.
As long as he can help draw attention, because that's key. You can draw attention. You can get open opportunities for other guys on the court that have been struggling. Because some of their role players for them have, playoff basketball. It's been a little intense. They've struggled a little bit. Mikal Bridges this last game he balled out, but prior to that he was struggling. The one player that I think honestly is a big I don't want to say he's an X factor, but
for Phoenix,
had he played well, it could have taken them to the next level. Cameron Johnson.
Yeah. I was thinking the same person too.
Yeah, Cameron has been real quiet, bro. He hasn't scored more than 13 points in any game. He's averaging around 9, actually.
Right. But they're getting a lot more from Ayton. At least
Ayton
today.
has stepped up. I'm gonna give him credit for that, and it makes me look at him differently because Ayton is one of those players where I kind of looked at the whole sign and trade before with Phoenix. If Phoenix don't want to give him the money, Nick should pony up.
They should. They really should. He's got all the skill sets for number one
I agree.
center.
Granted, he'll come to the Knicks and he won't have Chris Paul. That does make a difference.
But no, what he's doing, what he's been doing, like as a sort of a number one, number two option. It's showing that he has a lot of versatility as a center. He could do a little bit of everything. I would like to see him be a stronger defender at the rim, though. It seems like he doesn't get enough blocks. At least that's the way it's looking to me. I would expect him to be more of a person who defends the rim a little better.
Yeah, I agree with you. Kerry Cox says Cam is overrated. He might be. So Sherwin M, I'm a little confused about this message here. You said Fred VanVleet out for Game 6 with hip flexor strain. Good luck beating the 76ers without him, Toronto. Isn't Toronto up right now?
They are up.
Without Fred VanVleet?
Mm-hmm.
Was this a message you wanted to put in the chat earlier? I'm a little confused. But hey,
well, maybe he's thinking it's not over. So
it's not over. You're right. I hear you though. I hear you. I'm just messing with you, Sherwood. So yeah, that's interesting, right? So I think Phoenix definitely needs to close this puppy out.
Right.
If Dallas wants to get to the next round, they better close this puppy out tonight as well. Because I think the more they let Utah hang around, that could be a problem.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, every game counts, especially down the stretch. You don't want a team to tie up the series because anything could happen in a tie series. So those who have a lead, they want to end it now. And for the other team, you just give them hope. If they're able to tie the series up and go to a game 7, you give them all the hope, and the momentum sort of shifts to a degree. I mean, you have to have been there like the Phoenix Suns in order and feel that sort of pressure in order to overcome it. So I'm definitely looking at these games really closely to see, how they play. And,
Right.
it's really going to come down to a lot of these games may come down to the very end. You're going to see a lot of last minute shots, close games, who's going to execute the best, and that's what it's really going to come down to, in my opinion.
I agree with you. You make a real good point. So, I mean, that kind of plays into what I was going to ask you about. I think this might be the only game tomorrow, which is Memphis and Minnesota, which, Memphis is up 3-2. I think Memphis is going to close them out. I think Minnesota they gave it their best shot. They surprised me. I thought at one point in the series, I thought, hey, Minnesota might be swaying here. They might take this, but Memphis came back to what we've seen them do all season,
executing down the stretch.
Yeah,
it really came down to creating for each other and making the right shot, making the right pass. And then Minnesota, for whatever reason, they get in their way. They get in their own way. They're sort of taking tough shots. They're not getting into their offensive sets early enough, and so they're against the clock. And some of those are kind of forced shots. And down the stretch, you got to make them.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's true, man. I mean, right now, Memphis has a 3-2 lead over Minnesota. So tomorrow's game, they can close that out. And, I guess you can have a couple days to prepare for Golden State. Golden State's just waiting right now. And I think it also it's probably smart for them to also get as much time as they can to be able to rest up before they have to take on Golden State, because that is going to be a battle.
It is. But that not for nothing, that's the game NBA fans want to see. They don't necessarily want to see Golden State go up against Minnesota.
Right. I mean, right.
You know what I mean? So you might as well let the ball fall where it may, you know what I mean? Especially in the Western Division. I think we want to see the best teams go at it. So
I agree. And don't worry, I think the refs will do their best to make it
happen. I mean, they have been, right? John gets almost every call.
Yeah.
He gets almost every call. Not even he's not even physically getting touched in the air, and he's getting these calls. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, man. It's nuts. Oh, interesting. So Hunter Iggy, let me highlight you and salute to you. Thank you for tuning in. Said that New Orleans Pelicans, if loses their draft pick, goes to Charlotte.
Yeah,
that's there's some stake in that. That's important.
A little motivation.
that is a little motivation. You ain't lying. But
however, I don't think the players are thinking of that.
Yeah, I mean that's the front office. And since the front office can't get on the court, what are you gonna do?
Right.
Unless in tonight's game we see Ja come out. I mean Zion come out. Then I'm like, oh, something's going on. Bro.
Something's going on. Exactly. Someone made a call.
That would be crazy. Yeah. Then I'd be like, oh no, hell no. That would be pretty funny though.
They're gonna pull Jose Alvarado over to the side and be like, yo, listen, let's make this happen for us.
Listen, yeah, we need you. Speaking of Jose Alvarado, you see your man, he got one, bro. He caught Chris Paul in that last game. Chris Paul's been avoiding a couple.
Him. He's got a couple. He got the 8 seconds. He got the 8 seconds on him. He got a couple of steals.
He's been trying to catch her for a minute now, but he caught him finally.
Yeah. You know what made it worse is that what made it better is that Chris Paul called him out. Was like, you ain't gonna catch me for that.
Right.
He ain't caught you. So
he's sneaky, man.
The kid is he's a tough one, man. He's gritty. You know, he definitely is gritty. He brings that Brooklyn attitude with him. So I love the intensity he brings to the game. And he'll score some buckets from time to time.
Yeah, no, he's sneaky, man. He's sneaky, and he's got some good skill. He's just undersized, and so obviously that
Makes
kind
it
of
tough.
plays into his situation. But
Right.
he's definitely gritty.
Yeah, I agree.
So you got Golden State, who is waiting for their opponent. You got Miami, who is waiting for their opponent. But there is a series that we know is going to take place in the second round, and that's Milwaukee versus Boston.
I can't
And
wait.
this should be a
I can't
doozy.
wait.
This should be a doozy, bro. I mean,
This is one that I'm like itching to watch. Like this is the one. Because
I hear
this is
you.
the defending champs, man, and the way that Boston took care of Brooklyn, that speaks volume. Even though Brooklyn didn't have a full squad the entire year, you still have to, that's a team that is with two superstars. And down the stretch, they were able to control them and not allow them to come off and hit them for like 15, 20, you know what I mean, in order to win a game. They locked down on both KD and Kyrie. So it's going to be interesting to see what they could do with Giannis and Holiday, because at this point, I don't think Middleton is going to be able to play the first game, right? They haven't decided it yet.
Yeah, I don't think he will. Yeah, I
Is
don't
he
know.
a game time decision? Do you know? I know they were talking about MCL, right?
Yeah, I'm not even honestly. I don't know what's going on with him because I thought the way they were making it sound, it was very grim. Like if he wasn't going to be able to play until if possibly they got to the
The
finals or
finals.
something.
Wow.
Um,
Those
uh,
MCLs are tough, man, because they could
they
be
are.
small little tears and they feel like that you getting stabbed in the knee. I had one on my left leg
Oh,
from playing
really?
softball. Yeah, because I don't know, it must have been like progressive. You know what I mean? I must have like had damage to it, and then I slid. It was like 2 years ago. I had slid into second playing softball, and I felt like a stabbing pain. And then, needless to say, I went to the doctor, and it was only a quarter of an inch tear, and I couldn't walk on it. It was crazy.
Wow.
It was
Yeah.
nuts.
Thank you, Canal. I just saw that too. Middleton is out for the whole series.
Wow, that's big.
Appreciate you.
That is huge. And to
Um,
sure win him, who on Boston is going to guard Giannis? I think it's a team. As a team, they're going to do exactly what they did with KD. And remember, Giannis is not the best shooter, especially in the perimeter. He's gotten better, but if they could keep him, from driving the basket or getting offensive rebounds or rebounding himself, on the defensive end and coming out on the break, that's going to limit his touches. So they do those things. I think they have a chance because the reality is they gotta, you know, the primary focus has to be Giannis, and then secondary is everyone else. I expect a big game from Drew. Um, what's it, Grayson Allen? I think those are the guys who need to step up. Your Bobby Portis's, even Brooke. I can see those guys. They need to step it up offensively because losing out on Middleton for an entire series doesn't allow them to stretch the court. You know what I mean? Now you have the ability to trap when needed. You wouldn't have that ability when you have Middleton on the floor hitting the mid range or being a focal point of the offense. So
right. That's a good point. And yeah, and Touch, salute to you. I agree with that. I think Tatum will probably get a lot of the Giannis work.
right.
He did an incredible job on Durant.
Right.
Yeah,
Williams too.
Tatum's
Don't
special.
don't sleep on Williams because Williams plays
No,
that D.
yeah,
He's a
and
he
William,
will
yeah,
beat you
Williams
up.
is good. And the fact that they didn't have him the whole series, they got him towards
Right.
the end of the series. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
he'll beat people up, man. So and
Yeah, it should be interesting.
are they getting Stewart back? That's another one because they could utilize that because remember, when you look at Milwaukee, they have a lot of height. They have a lot of height on that team, so that's why the matchup is so much fun. It's going to be extremely fun to watch to see how they're coached and what do the matchups look like.
Wait, you said Stewart?
Is it Stewart? What's the center's name? Maybe
Um,
I'm mistaking his name.
from Milwaukee.
No, from Boston.
Oh,
Is it Stewart? Thought it was. I'll tell you right now. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Because I don't know. I don't think I know. The only Stewart I know is Isaiah, if I'm not mistaken.
The center with the dreads. I forget his name.
Oh, I can't think of his name now. Escapes me.
I'm looking it up right now. I'll tell you.
I'm sure you'll find it. Salute Stafford Don was good, bro.
Oh, Robert Williams. Sorry, I said Stewart. Robert Williams.
I thought you mentioned him already.
No, I was thinking of I wasn't thinking of that Williams. I was thinking of
Grant Williams. No,
Grant Williams. Yeah, Grant Williams is because it's Robert Williams and Grant Williams, right?
Yeah, Robert Williams is who they just recently got back. Yeah,
right.
He's there. He's available.
Right. But I was speaking on behalf of Grant Williams. Grant Williams plays, you know what I mean, aggressive, get people out of their game. He's sort of a bully, you know what I mean, on the defensive side, which is good because you're going to need that, especially with the strength that Giannis brings.
Right. Yeah, he's definitely he's bought into that Boston mentality. Yeah, really get up under you and kind of
very Perkins-like, right? Remember when Perkins was with Garnett?
Right. Yeah. That's a good point.
But Robert Williams is the other who was going to be a big help now that they got him back. That's huge.
Yeah, I think that's going to be big for them. I also think that the beginning of
the chat. The chat's looking out. They're already throwing it up there. Robert Williams. I didn't even have to look. See,
I'm talking about, man. Chat's all over it. The beginning of the series, Jaylen Brown kind of started off a little slow, but he started to pick up as the series went by. So I think he's going to be a big piece of, in the second round going forward, against Milwaukee. Now, the Milwaukee thing, that is a problem, though. Not having Middleton, they can get by without him because they're a good team. They got different weapons, but Middleton is an important piece, man.
It's a huge, huge piece, in my opinion. That's huge. Because he was their number 2, right?
Right.
And in some cases in the playoffs last year, and even in the championship game, he was their number 1 scorer. Giannis took a backseat to a lot of his play and sort of played that. He sort of picked up his end on the offensive boards, and then on the defensive side. So Middleton did a lot of scoring in that championship run. So it's going to be a big miss. That's a huge, 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 huge.
Yeah, that's tough.
Miss for them.
That's tough. We'll see what. But yeah, Banging Aces live and direct. I see you. Appreciate you. He said Grayson Allen shooting those shots. Grayson Allen has been knocking it down, man. He's been like hitting 5-6 threes a game. I'm like, he's definitely helped.
That's what it's going to take, though, right? He has to step up. Someone else has to step up, and Grayson could be that person. Again, he's going to see something different, though, he hasn't seen before this entire season, and that's a number 1 Boston defense, right? They were number 1 this year in the league.
They were
defensively.
It was kind of wild when I saw that. I was like, damn, they just basically took the Knicks spot from last year.
Yeah, definitely different. You know what I mean? So. And they bought into their system. They bought into the way they want to play as a team. They gave Smart the reins, sort of the sort of captain, you know what I mean, of the team.
Mm-hmm.
And look, they're winning. They pretty much tied for first, right? So look at the records. All the top 3, I believe, or top 4
right.
we're all tied, same record.
I mean, if you want to talk about a tale of 2 teams,
right?
You can't even imagine that this Boston team is the same Boston team that started the season. That team was struggling, man. This team looks great. It's wild. That's basketball. Well, that's all sports. Teams start off one way. By the end of the year, things get real. They turn into if they got talent and they have a good a good foundation, they turn into what we expect them to be. Usually,
right. Do you know if George Hill's getting valuable minutes? I haven't really paid too
honestly,
much
every
attention
time I see George
minutes.
Hill, he's chilling on the bench. So
he is, right? He hasn't gotten any.
That's a good question, because I actually do not know if he's been getting good minutes for them.
Or any?
Nope.
None, right?
Nope. He did not play in the Bulls series at all. So that answers that. Yeah, because every time I see him on the bench just clapping it up for people. So yeah.
You look at a player like that because he has that. He's a veteran. He's been around. He understands the game. And you would think that in spots he would be used, but I guess they haven't had a need for him to come in. But we'll see if we see him against Boston.
Yeah, I mean that might be a time where they can put him out there. We'll see, because it all depends on the matchups. This series is going to be, depending on how people are playing and how they're matching up. They're going to have to make some decisions.
Mm-hmm.
But thinking about this series and how important Giannis is going to be, for the Bucks, we can't go without mentioning how important this gentleman is going to be. And he's been so important for them that, he got a special honor, an honor that we like to give to only those who are, really warranted of such a feat. Let's see what that is.
Yes, sir. Hit him with the bop.
That's right. Jayson Tatum is the Biz Marquee Player of the Week. He had an incredible series against the Brooklyn Nets on both ends of the court. I mean, really, what he did on the defensive end might be more impressive than what he was doing offensively, because playing Kevin Durant is not an easy task, and he did great against them. You could say that they had a great defensive plan altogether as a team for him, but Tatum was doing a lot of that on his own, man. Really good job.
He didn't shy away. I think if you look at how the percentages of how many times he played them straight up one-on-one, I would say 60-40, Tatum, because they did match up with other players, but I think the trapping helped, but he definitely took on the challenge.
Yeah, no, he definitely did. Speaking of how he played, I think we got a little something to kind of show, how Tatum was getting busy, man, because his
offensive prowess.
Yeah, his offensive prowess, a little defensive excellence out there. He was getting busy.
For sure.
Yeah, man. So you can see that
him on the defensive end, poking at the ball. See, look at that. Just active hands. That's great. That's what you want. Look at that. I'll come back the other end and bang. Sit, man. You play your side of on the defensive side. Now you make them play that offense. Make them play you on the offensive side. And they switched a lot. They had Brown a lot on Tatum, so he utilized them. Nice. The kid is so talented.
I mean, he can do everything on the court.
Mm-hmm.
And with that great size he's got.
That 6'8", 6'8" with a God knows how long wingspan. It's just he's gotten so much better with his ball handling ability. I think that's what's taking him to the next level. Like when he first came into the league, he really didn't have, a strong, handle. Like it was good, but it wasn't to where it is now.
Right.
And then he's gotten stronger, so now he can finish over the top and with contact.
Look at him closing out on KD.
Yeah, right there, all in his face.
Thank you. Let's go. Yeah, man. Look
build himself a solid base. Looks that's a big play right there. That's a big play. He's like, just box him out, get over the top. nice pass. He does everything really, really well. High level.
Yeah.
And his
And,
IQ,
I
he's
kind of think
smart.
Boston made one of the best moves they did was letting go of Gordon Hayward and allowing Brown and Tatum to be able to do their thing.
Right. And allowing Kyrie to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not chasing Kyrie. It's like, at this point, we know what we want. They went with the smart choice.
Agreed.
You see what I did there? You see what I did there?
Hey, man, I see what you did there. Agreed. Oh, whoa. Oops.
Yeah,
My
man.
bad. Sorry.
Oh, man.
I kind of gave people a preview, man.
There
Get
you
up out of
go,
here, yo. Don't be looking at what we doing here, man. Come on now. Keep it on the wraps.
Sneak preview.
Anyway, yeah, man. Salute to Jayson Tatum. He deserves all the accolades he gets, and I'm happy because he's another Dookie. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. They just start breeding him, man.
Yeah. Hey, can't be mad at that. Can't be mad at that.
Yeah. So I think that is really interesting. Let me see if I can tell you guys what's going on right now, because I'm going back and forth between the game and the draft. You know, I'm a Giant fan. I gotta be tuned in, seeing what's going on in the corner of my eye, man. Gotta know.
I'll tell you one thing. There's an update I can share with everyone. Philadelphia is up 76-67, and they're in the third quarter with like 8:48 remaining, around there.
Oh, well, there you go. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, they turned it around.
Okay. And let me tell you, I bet you it has something to do with James Harden. Just have a feeling.
Probably.
Because for whatever reason, he had 10 points in the first quarter. And you get anything from James Harden, you know, the way he's playing lately. I don't know what's been going on with him, but he definitely hasn't been the Harden of old.
But, you know, he's an all-star. He'll figure it out. You know, he's talented enough.
Yeah,
He understands what he's not doing on the court.
Let's see what he's got going on right now. He's got 14. Ooh, wow. I tell you, man, this guy, whatever injury he's got, it doesn't stop Embiid, bro. Embiid's got 20. You know, and he's shooting 6 for 10 from the field with a hand that's bothering him. I don't know.
It's good, man.
But he did say it hurts him. He feels like it hurts him a lot more when he tries to get rebounds. He's only got 5 right now.
Not with his jump shot, huh?
Wow, I guess not. I guess not. Yeah, so looks like all right. Okay, Sherwin M. You was foreshadowing. I see what you did there. Now you can see a little bit of the weakness that they have, because you know, you got Siakam, who has 20 points, Barnes has 13, Trent Jr. has 13, and Boucher has 19. So they've been getting contributions from guys.
Right.
It's just about whether it's sustainable throughout 4 quarters of a game.
Right.
You know, sometimes, you know, you know, somebody who you don't expect to really, you know, hit you with a bunch of scoring, like Boucher, who had a bunch of points in the first half. Most of his 19 came in the first half. You know, maybe now this is where Philadelphia is trying to make an adjustment. Say, okay, let's see what we can do to kind of shore that up a little bit and let somebody else beat us.
Right. But I guess, you know, there's still time. There's still a lot of time left.
Definitely. I mean, 7 minutes plus left in the third quarter.
Right.
Yeah, so they definitely can figure this out.
And the Jets pick is in. I'm not a Jet fan, but for the chat, for those of you on the chat who are Jets fans, let us know what the pick is.
I think the Jets might be, well, I know they were talking about a possible trade with the 49ers to get Deebo Samuels from them. We'll see.
We shall see.
And actually, if that's true, maybe this pick will be going to the 49ers.
Right?
I don't know. Yeah, we got to see. We got to see. Definitely want to give a shout out to the chat. Figure rather than waiting to the end of the show, might as well do it now. Salute to you guys. Pudge Nice, I see you. Geraldine McIver, Sherwin M, we already mentioned. Thank you. Truth and Lies of the Philippines. Good to see you. Angel Torres is in the building. Kerry Cox, we said what's up. Glenn Costin, what's up once again. Andrew K, my dude, and Hunter Iggy. Ala Wise is in the building. Shy Powers, as I mentioned before, Bangs and Aces, live and direct. Kanal Banlalia, what's going on? And Toch, good to see you as always. Stafford Don in the building. Appreciate Stafford Don, man. He's a good dude.
Man.
Yankee fan. And like I said, if I could tolerate John, I could tolerate Stafford Don.
Hey, listen, man. This is the time of year where we're both in first place. So
this is true, dude. I don't know, man. Listen, Yankees turned it around crazy. They 12-6 now. I don't know what's happening.
It's a good look. It's a good look.
What's happening here?
We wanted to share April this year.
Thank you, because we're the champs of April. We got, that's our month.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's right. That's right. But we wanted to share a little bit of the glory.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for partaking with us.
Hey, update on the Phoenix game. They're at halftime right now, and the Pelicans are up 58-48.
Whoa!
At halftime.
Whoa!
It's big.
What is happening? What is happening?
Listen, there's 4 quarters. Minnesota knows well what you need to do for 4 quarters. You know what I mean? So they can't let up on the intensity. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is true. You ain't lying.
Phoenix is gonna make a run.
I see you, brother. Also, Big V CEO. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in, man. Yeah, Jets take defensive back Gardner. That's a good pick. He is good, actually. He's really good. Right. I wonder why. I mean, maybe it's because of the type of back, defensive back. Because I wonder why they didn't take Stingley. Because I think Stingley is a gem, man. But it depends on what you already have at certain positions, I guess.
Possibly. We got to look at what their roster looks like for the upcoming year, too. Who's under contract, who isn't. Football's a little different. It's a little harder to figure out what you're going to do.
So you know who's on the clock now, don't you?
Oh, yeah. It's our Giants, right?
We'll see.
Let's see.
Oddly enough, certain guys that earlier in the year when they were doing all the draft predictions, we thought might be gone already. Evan Neal, Kayvon Thibodeau.
Still there.
They're still there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll see.
It's going to be someone good now. If they go outside the box, then we're all going to be like, what the hell?
Yeah, dude. It's tough to call. Like, I think this pick is going to be Evan Neal.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. So anyway, yeah. So oh boy. It's 85-67 now.
What's that?
Philadelphia over Toronto.
Oh, yeah, they broke away.
They're starting to assert themselves a little bit here. Shoot.
Closing out the series. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Feed the big man.
Yeah.
They got no one they got no one for him, though. That's the thing.
No one can guard him. As long as if he can take the pain of dealing with that hand,
right.
Keep going to him, man. Keep going to him. Yeah, this is interesting. So that's one thing, and there was another thing I wanted to ask you that I was curious about because I was thinking about it the other day. Being that Miami made pretty quick work of Atlanta. Once again, I'm not sorry that Rayford Trae Young is out of the playoffs. Right. Happy trails to you, buddy. Happy trails.
He had a good series, though. Got to give him credit. He had a good series.
Do you think that any of these two teams, whether it be Philadelphia or Toronto, will survive against Miami? Because I think Miami played so well in that series, and especially that closeout game, the last game without Lowry and without Butler.
Right, Butler, yeah.
It make me think that this team,
they're solid, but they've been that way all year, right? Like,
yeah,
they're defensive minded, so that's the thing. It's gonna be tough for Embiid and for Adebayo. That's the matchup to watch because both of them are different, right? Because Adebayo is athletic, fast, he's got some strength. But so is Embiid. He ain't a slouch when it comes to speed and athleticism. So
right,
and he's a lot bigger. He may be slower, but skill wise, you know, there's a strong matchup there. So I wouldn't say it's a wash, but I would say whichever big man has it going early,
Mm-hmm.
as a team that's gonna have the upper hand in the fourth, because both teams have really solid players around them who could put the ball in the bucket. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I think you might be right there. I can't. I'm just surprised, man. I, I know, the Miami Heat have a great defense, but watching it in the playoffs is another animal, bro.
different.
It's great. And all these dudes, man, all those guys they picked up that we said, where did he get these guys from? They still balling, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
Hey man, we need a little bit of that.
Yeah,
we got to build into that.
Yeah, maybe we might have to. Nah, he's got the world on his hands over there. But man, we could have stole Pat Riley, man. He
We
needs to
had a
be up
chance.
for all this.
We had a chance.
We did have a
chose
chance.
to go away. He picked us first, and we denied it.
Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. It is what it is, man. It's okay. You know, you live and you learn.
Right.
So, you know, knowing that I say that at this point, do you still think the two favorites are Milwaukee and Phoenix, or do you think the paradigm has shifted?
No, I wouldn't shift the paradigm just yet. I mean, Milwaukee's a proven champion. You know what I mean? They had a great run last year. The problem is that without Middleton in this series, it's gonna be a lot difficult for them to make it to the semifinals, if not, the finals.
Right.
So, I mean, this matchup doesn't help their cause, but you still have to have them as the favorite. You know what I mean? They have to you have to prove that you can, withstand Giannis and some other players there who have been in these games. They've been in these games. They have history. They've done it before. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good matchup.
Wow. The Giants have taken Kayvon Thibodeau.
Okay.
This is interesting.
That was one of your guys, wasn't it?
Like, no, he's one of my guys, but I'm surprised that they went with Thibodeau first and not Evan Neal, because Evan Neal's that offensive lineman, unless they think he'll be there at 7 because of who picks next.
That's probably who's dropped.
Yeah. Well, Thibodeau is a beast. The only thing about Thibodeau, they had some questions about his character, if he's like, if he's a diva type dude. I mean, if you look at what he's wearing, he's a style and show, bro.
Right.
But as far as but the dude can play. He's a beast. Wow. Okay. Giants got a good pick.
And he's from the Oregon Ducks, right?
Yes.
That's the big kid, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's a monster.
Listen, we really haven't had pass rush from the corners in the last few years.
We have not.
You have to have that in the NFL. You got to put pressure on the quarterback. So,
and I think they realized that, because the guy, why it's escaping me now, Ojulari. Yeah, Ojulari. He's pretty good, and he's learning. But if you could have Ojulari on one side and put Thibodeau on the other side,
because he's taking on a lot of the double teams, right? So if he's got to get through two or three defenders plus a running back as a chip blocker. You know what I mean? So you gotta get him some help. I mean, that's the same with when Osi Umenyiora, right? They need to tuck on the other side. So
right, true. Good point, Andrew K. Cross is still there too, and I know Cross is also another player that's high on the Giants draft board.
Right.
So this is going to be interesting to see what they do. But I like it, because you know what it means. They're going to get one of these good guys. They're going to get another one,
which is important. That's why you got to get those picks when you have a chance to get top 5, top 7, top 10. You got to go get them. You get those opportunities. You got to make the most of it.
And this is a thing. Like, this is why certain things are interesting. Like when the Giants, and I know this is the NBA report, guys, but I'm leading this into something. When the Giants made the trade with the Bears a year ago, and did that trade to get the Bears pick. We didn't know exactly what the Bears pick would turn out to be. Turned out to be a top 10 pick, which is great, right? But it's the same situation. Whereas you look at if somehow the Knicks, for example, are able to get one of those top 5 picks, say they finish 5th or 6th, one of those,
right?
It's an interesting thing to say to yourself: should we keep this pick, or can we trade it to a team like Portland and maybe get their 9th and 10th pick? Because I think they got back-to-back picks, something like that. I think so.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I think you got to look at, can I get more value from 2 guys in these positions in the top 10? Why not? You know what I mean?
Right.
Something like that. That's interesting. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Or trade a few assets and get another top draft pick. Keep your 5, trade a couple of assets that you do have that teams may want, and get 2 in the top 10.
True.
But keep that number 5.
True.
You know what
I mean, because you could still do that. A team like Portland, who is looking for younger talent, less contractually obligated talent. Yeah, they might want some young Knick players, maybe to give up one of those picks, and they can still keep their first-round pick. It's something to think about. But
there are ways.
The chips need to fall where they need to fall before we get there.
Man. Yeah, man.
Right.
I'm hoping for a top 3. Let a top 3 drop.
We'll see. So good news for the New York Giant fans out there. They finally, got a good player, and we'll see. They look like they're set to get another good player as well.
Right. And shout out to the Jets for those of you who are Jet fans.
Yeah, Jets got a good player too in Gardner. He's no slouch. I just don't know if they're going to keep him because there's the trade rumors. I don't know. We'll see. Sherwin M said the Knicks will finish in the bottom of the NBA next year if we don't trade for a top NBA point guard. He could be right, man. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
It's been the talk of the town forever.
Yeah. It is what it is. We're gonna see. But
some would say the last efficient point guard we had was Charlie Ward, right? Efficient. I'm not saying star. I'm saying efficient.
Yeah. I mean, the last point guard I could think of that I really liked was Strickland.
Mark Jackson?
No, Strickland.
Oh, well, that was what, 1 year?
Yeah, but man, Strickland was, man.
What he did away from us was even that much better. Right?
True. That's true. Good point. You ain't lying.
That's what the history,
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah. But you know what? That brings us to the time in the show where we honor an NBA legend.
Talk about legends, right?
That's right. So we talking about the prospects of the Knicks maybe getting a legend like that one day. We'll see. I don't know. Well, hey, maybe we already got one in RJ Barrett. So
True.
We'll see. In time. He's 21 years old. He's got a lot of time left. But this gentleman is, a special player, and he deserves this. That's why we selected him as the NBK legend, and we love to honor our legends here, and we're going to continue to do so. So shout out to this gentleman. Let's see who it is, because you never know. That's right. Connie Hawkins, ladies and gentlemen. Connie Hawkins. Let's see a little bit about Connie Hawkins, because I know Connie Hawkins I've always known of him. I knew a little bit about him, but I'm sure I'm not alone in the fact that I don't know as much as I should know about this legendary player. So let's see a little bit about what Connie's all about.
A New York City playground legend, Connie Hawkins' flamboyant style, artistry, athleticism, and skill moved basketball to the next level. With acrobatic swoops and monster dunks, Hawkins' spectacular game and style was emulated by the next generation of superstars like Julius Erving and Michael Jordan. From his Fu Manchu mustache and large hands to his seemingly effortless control of the basketball, both his on-the-court and off-the-court presence oozed excitement, and his above-the-rim game packed arenas all over the country. After 1 year at the University of Iowa, Hawkins was named Most Valuable Player of the short-lived American Basketball League with the Pittsburgh Rams. He was an All-ABL selection and played in one All-Star game. Hawkins' talents were so considerable that he found a home with the Harlem Globetrotters from 1964 to 1966. When he retired, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar listed Hawkins as one of the top 15 players he ever played with or against. For that, we salute you, our legend, Connie Hawkins.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir. Salute to Mr. Connie Hawkins, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
that's
we definitely wouldn't be doing him any justice if we don't show a highlight package.
Oh, we gotta show a highlight package of Mr. Connie Hawkins. But let me just tell you, that whole thing with the NBA, they kind of did him a little dirty, man. So yeah, wasn't a good look, man. Wasn't a good look.
Right.
Let's see what we got for Mr. Hawkins.
That with the Phoenix Suns. Look at that.
He was interesting, dude. I now, once I saw the highlights, I remembered him. I kind of forgot this dude used to take the ball with him everywhere.
Yeah. He's sick with it, man. Just like his length.
His grip must have been crazy. His
grip was crazy. Look at that finger roll. Yeah, look at that. He was slick with it too. Look at that. He was 6'8". So we were just talking about Tatum's height and you know, and the way he could position himself to be available to score at any moment. Connie Hawkins was the same. You know, different style of play. You know, more. I would say Tatum is a little bit more elusive, but Connie Hawkins would get his buckets, man.
Yeah,
he got buckets. That nice finger roll.
I'm trying to figure out who he reminds me of. But like Dr. J. That's right.
Dr. J. Yeah, but Dr. J came after, right?
Right.
And so did Jordan. So you know they emulated a lot of his game. But Gervin, you know, you think of Gervin, also very
sexy
similar.
With it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good player, man, and very interesting. And I felt like I don't know what his field goal percentage was, but I feel like the way he would take the ball like straight to the rim, he must have hit a lot of shots.
Yeah, man. And back in the day, a lot of these guys had a lot of high arcing shots, you know.
Right.
They were taught at an early age to play tall, to play, you know, to keep the ball high. So it's a different game these days where a lot of our big men put the ball on the floor and they don't typically keep the ball high like you wish they would.
Right. Salute once again to Mr. Connie Hawkins, NBK legend, man.
And shout out to Sherwin M. He knows his history. Brooklyn Boys High School.
Sherwin M. That's right, man. You know what? Look, one day, some of these young guys that we grew up with are going to be the NBK legends, man. So, you know, it goes with the flow. I want to see one day when I get to say John Starks, an NBK legend. John Starks. Yes, that's right.
Yeah. It will happen. It definitely will happen.
Yeah, man. Salute to Jay Boogie. See you.
Yes, sir. And he's right about that.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man.
We just won the draft. Yes, sir.
salute with the 3 capital S's. Let's go. Where's my man G-Man?
Yes,
G-Man is going crazy right now.
Okay. And look at that. What he's saying. He's saying the Nets diss track is out. Oh, we got to get that. Got to get our hands on that one.
Maybe. Gotta see what we can do. I seen something in my inbox. Nice. I've been a little busy at work, but I seen something in my inbox. So
very nice.
I see what I can do. Yeah, man. But definitely salute to the chat. Appreciate y'all. D Coolest 718. I see you in the building. Thank you as always for tuning in. Let's see. Sherwin M said in those days, most players came from the Bronx. Interesting.
Did not know that.
Yeah, because you know I was a young whippersnapper back in them days. I don't even think I was watching basketball. I don't probably wasn't watching.
I don't think we were born.
Well, When did he come to the league?
Early 70s, or like, yeah, I think it's early 70s.
Oh, early 70s. Okay, because I was late 70s. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Let me see. I'll double check that. I could be wrong though. Sherwin, hit us up. Let us know.
our Connie Hawkins historian here.
Right.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. Because
his playing career was 60s, 61 to 76.
Wow, really?
Yep.
Jeez.
Brooklyn-born native. That is right. And so boys and girls, before there were boys and girls, was boys. I'm assuming it's boys high school, right?
Yeah, that's what I think. I think that's what it was, right? Because a lot of these schools, I mean, I know my high school was Norman
boys school, probably.
It was if I'm not mistaken, I think it was an all boys school, and then it turned into an all girls school, and then it was unisex. But I definitely know at one point it was an all girls school, but I think that's what it was.
Right.
All right, Giants are on the clock again. The pick is in. I guess he's a little late with it. Probably are. Oh, there you go. Giants draft Evan Neal. Let's go.
Let's go.
Baby.
2 of your big picks. There we go. We got one.
Giants is
definitely killing it right now.
Okay. You said it. Let's go. Look at this dude. Okay. Little suave. Okay, playboy. I love it. Yo, we need an offensive line so bad, bro.
So bad, bro. But we're going to get there. We're going to get there. I would say we got to marry him with a couple of vets, though. You know
no, I agree. But the good thing is getting him on one side, having Andrew Thomas on the other side.
The other side. Yeah.
Yeah. Very nice.
That's
very
big.
nice.
That's
very
big.
nice.
Protect the backside, man. You got to.
Yeah.
So Sherwin saying DeWitt Clinton High School. So is that is he saying that that's where the most of the Bronx players came from? Or was that DeWitt? That isn't Clinton and Clinton High. Yeah, that's in the Bronx. That's in the BX.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know too much about like early basketball years, and I definitely don't know too much about the talent that came out of the Bronx back in those days because I was too young, so or not born. So
right.
Salute to Knicks 100. Good to see you as always. Yes, sir. Ron, Jon, and No Way Jose, and shout out to No Way Jose. He's not with us tonight because he has some personal business, but you know what? He always appreciates the love, man.
Absolutely. He always holds us down, so we gotta give him much love.
Yeah, man. Well, so this one was a kind of pretty condensed show. We didn't want to take up too much time, but wanted to touch on certain things because we weren't here last week. But I'm definitely looking forward to the second round of the playoffs. By the time you guys see us next week, we'll be into the second round. There's some really good matchups. And so being that is going to be taking place, I would say if there's a game that I know you're already excited about Milwaukee and Boston, if there's another possible matchup, because nothing's really decided here, that you really want to see, what do you think that would be?
For me, I mean, I have my two top choices. It would be the Memphis versus Warriors and
Memphis and Warriors.
Okay. Yeah, and the Milwaukee game.
Okay.
Milwaukee
yeah.
Boston.
That I'm looking at that. That could be very interesting. And maybe Dallas versus Phoenix, if that comes to play.
I'm not even interested in that.
Really?
I don't see
Luka versus Devin?
I don't see. I'm not sold on the Mavericks, man. I'm not. They're gonna have to beat Phoenix for me to be sold.
Yeah, but
I don't see it.
Dallas better not win it all. Because Dallas wins it all, I'm going right to you, buddies. I'm
Hey,
saying,
listen,
you gave them that energy.
I will. Hey, listen, I will gladly take it. It's fine. You know what I mean? I just don't believe in that squad like that. So
I hear you, brother. I hear you. Well, it should be pretty fun, and we'll know a lot more about who's going to play each other by the time you see us next week. But once again, thank you guys for tuning in. Knicks 100. I know you just jumped on, man. Watch the replay, brother. We talked about some good stuff, man.
Can't wait to Summer League. I hear that.
Yeah. You and me both, man. And I hope the Giants, Giants. I hope the Knicks get some type of good level of pick. Even if they get a top 10 pick, I'd be happy. Because it gives them a chance to maybe make a move or so. Because I don't know if a 10th pick is enough. Giants. Knicks might have to put some players together and see if they can move up a little bit to secure somebody a little bit more talented. But we'll see what happens. And as you can see, I got the Giants on my brain, man. So I gotta get off this. I gotta get on my Twitter. I gotta see all my Giant brethren talking about what we're gonna do next year. We're probably not gonna do much, but we'll be better.
That's the point. Just get better every year.
Getting better, more and more talent, talent, man.
For me, look, when I watch the Giants, man, it's all about health, man. We've gone through so many injuries this past year. I'm hoping that they can stay somewhat healthy, especially on the offensive end. We can't lose that many players anymore.
Right. I'm with you on that too, man. I hope for good health for all of our sports teams, man, because that's the key. That's been killing us.
And let's see with this protection. Let's see if Daniel Jones could actually, prove that he's deserving of a contract.
Yeah,
that's what he needs. He needs to be protected.
He's going to be running out of excuses. We've given him some offensive weapons. Now, hopefully, I don't think they're done. They already brought in 3 or 4 offensive linemen. They're not all great, but it's more bodies. And then with drafting Evan Neal, we don't know who they're going to get later in the draft. This could be big for him. So he's got no excuses, I don't think, at least. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, man. Any final words, John?
Man, as always, stay blessed. Looking forward to the next one.
Hey, you heard it here, man. I'll tell you, man. He's the Russell Simmons of this thing, man. Thank you. God bless. Good night. Anyway, thank you guys as always. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Still Knicks fans. We rocking on Monday nights. Then you got us here, the NBA report on Thursdays. And then you also got the Know the Ledge series on Saturday. So definitely continue to support us and continue to support NBK and all of the great programming. There's just more and more stuff coming. I know, I don't know what's next, but I can tell you I have a feeling that there's something's coming in the near future that you guys are going to like. It's going to be a different take. So definitely look out for that. And I mentioned it before, but I'm going to mention it again up until the point that we get there. Definitely, if you haven't already done so, go to the Nothing But Knicks site. And I mean, you're here now, but just click on that
pre-draft party, right?
Yep. Got to get on that draft party. Things are opening up. I think it's going to be same spot in Atlantic City, but it could be in a different location. But I went last year, it was great. I had a fantastic time. This year, it should be just as fun. So definitely, guys, see if you can make it. It's a really good experience. Plus, the Knicks might get somebody really cool there. So, whatever. Also, I mean, this is the NBA report. Some of your teams might get somebody cool. Indiana, all these other teams that need good draft picks. You might wind up with somebody you like. So why not go spend your time with Nothing But Knicks?
That's right.
Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one. It's always a pleasure. And, as I like to say, we out of here. Run that shit.